Now, China's foreign minister is in the Philippines. The visit is aimed at strengthening bilateral ties. The timing of the visit is interesting. The Philippines is currently conducting its largest ever joint military exercises with the U.S. Both China and the U.S. are vying to increase influence over the Southeast Asian nation. Today, the Chinese minister Qin Gang held talks with his Philippine counterpart, Enrique Manalo. During the talks, the Philippines foreign minister said that differences between the two nations over the South China Sea are not the sum total of their bilateral ties. While Qin said that Beijing is ready to work with Manila to implement a consensus between the two countries and properly resolve differences.
Our leaders have agreed that our differences in the West Philippine Sea are not the sum total of our relations. These differences should not prevent us from seeking ways of managing them effectively, especially with respect to the enjoyment of rights of Filipinos, especially fishermen or fisherfolk, whose livelihood and general well-being are undermined by incidents and actions in the West Philippine Sea.
中方愿同北方一道，把两国元首的共识做到实处，把稳中非大方向，维护和关系的大局。
Qin Gang landed in Manila on Friday. China's Department of Foreign Affairs said that the regional security issues of mutual concern are a part of the discussions. Talks on strengthening cooperation in agriculture, trade, energy, among others, are also on the agenda. The Chinese minister is also scheduled to hold talks with Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos. Now, experts say that Qin's visit has come at a crucial time, as Manila has been moving closer to Washington. Moreover, both nations have long-standing differences due to disputes in the South China Sea. Beijing claims almost the entire waterway as a part of its waters. It has deployed hundreds of vessels to patrol the waters and occupy reefs. This has been strongly condemned by the Philippines and other nations near the South China Sea. The U.S. too is opposed to China's claims. Since last year, ties between Washington and Manila have grown significantly. In fact, President Marcos is set to meet his U.S. counterpart Joe Biden next month. The two nations in recent months have agreed to restart joint maritime patrols on the South China Sea. The U.S. is even allowed to increase its presence of its troops in the country. The Philippines shares a close proximity with Taiwan and its surrounding waters. Forging a partnership will allow the U.S. to make the Philippines a key partner in the event of a conflict with China. Now, Beijing is trying to reinstate friendly relations with Manila, which had been enjoyed when Rodrigo Durtete was in power. China Foreign Ministry says that Qin's visit builds upon the visit of the Philippines president to China in January. He and his counterpart, Xi Jinping, had agreed on a friendly handling of disputes. The Philippines has been delicately balancing relations with the U.S. and China. WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.